Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? If you're thinking about making a YouTube video or a blog post or whatever it happens to be, and you're hesitating because you're wondering to yourself, who's really going to watch this? Is it really going to matter? Make it. And I'll tell you why. But the thing is, you don't know who it's going to affect or when it's going to affect them. These things are forever. Blog posts, YouTube videos, all that kind of stuff. So I'll give you a couple examples from real life and then a fun story, which is also real life when it comes down to it. So very often, like, we have this idea, want to make a video, but man, I'm not sure who's going to watch this, how many people are going to watch it, are they going to care? Maybe it's something that's easily misunderstood, so you don't want it to be misunderstood, but you're like, oh man, if I put it out there, I know only a few people are going to get it, etc. Well, first example from real life is from the rooms of recovery. And, this happens in real life no matter what, but that's a very formalized area I can point to where we say things in meetings, and very often we don't know the impact we're having on other people and when it's going to have the impact. When I was, early in recovery for a long time, I was listening to people talking about going through losing their loved ones and other crises. And, I kind of filed that away. I heard that. But when Megan got sick, all of a sudden, like, all those things became extraordinarily useful, and I'm glad I heard them. I'm glad I saw examples of people going through stuff like that and not having to get loaded over it and all that sort of stuff. So that stuff was valuable, even though these things I'd heard years before. And I've had various people come out to me and say, that thing you said 5 years ago when you said this. I'm like, what? You don't know who you're going to influence, have a positive impact on, and when you're going to have a positive impact. And now these YouTube videos, they're forever. So that brings me up to a second example. I started making videos again in 2015. I'm just feeling like something's off. Like I want to do something else with gaming. I'm not sure what. I'm kind of floundering with trying to understand some things, and just something's not feeling right. And I stumble upon these videos by this guy, Anthony. And some of these videos he had made years before that. And some of them had very low view counts, to be honest with you. And I'm listening to these things, and a lot of these things started to make sense. We developed a friendship, and talked a lot more, and got more into it. But these, seeds, if you will, are things he had planted a long time ago that didn't seem to bear much fruit. Well, they made a difference to me. Maybe not to everybody. But these things were out there, and they had a profound impact on me. I've heard other people say, well, hey, this video you made 10 years ago, blah, blah. I'm like, really? I forget making that one. So you don't know. And I'll finish it up with the fun story. But this is very, very true. Depending on who's telling the story, the roles of the old man and the young boy interchange. But I'll tell it the way I first heard it. A young boy gets up, he's on vacation with his family, they're at the beach, and he looks upon this crescent of a beach, and he sees all these objects, not sure what they are, and he realizes, oh, these are starfish. And every year, about this time, a bunch of starfish gets washed up because, for whatever reason, this just happens. Okay, go with it. All these starfish are washed up. But he also sees, off in the distance, this old man, looks like. And the old man's like, doing something, throwing stuff in the water. So he runs down the beach, sees a starfish, run past the starfish, sees the old man. So sure enough, the old man is picking up starfish one by one and throwing them back in the water. So boy asks, like, what are you doing, old man? It's like, well, I'm throwing these starfish in the water because if they stay out here, they'll die in the sun. And the little boy looks at this huge crest of a beach, and he sees hundreds and hundreds and thousands of these starfish. And he starts laughing and says, oh man, you'll never make a difference. You can't possibly get them all. You won't make a difference at all. And so the old man picks up a starfish, and he looks at the starfish, he looks at the boy sadly, throws the starfish in the water. And, the ripples of the water die down. And he looks back at the boy and said, son, sure made a difference to that one. So make that video, make that blog post, put it out here, because even if hardly anybody watches it, you never know who it's really going to affect. And it might be really, really important. We affect each other. So go ahead and do it.